Tansoku is our opponent. Tansoku is a Japanese player who's played with us before. Fairly high legend player. Oh shoot, can we not see the hand? Wait, we need to let him know. Okay, hopefully he'll figure this out, not a worries. And looks like Crazy Mage is playing the same Demon Warlock that we played. So far we have seen a Warrior and a Demon Warlock. Now let's reload this. We have to reload Spectator mode to be able to see Tansoku's hand, so just hold on real tight, boys. Crazy Mage. And Tansoku. Okay, nice. So it looks like Tansoku is playing like this oil rogue. Ooh, and a nice silence comes out from Crazy Mage. So we're going to start whacking the face. And when Tansoku, what can he answer in response? Look like Farseer's a solid play. Maybe he wants to go with the backstab just to start him off, and that would combo into the SIS agent. But what does he actually do with the SIS agent? So he's just going to leave the Watcher. Okay, so we didn't see the weapon up. That's why we were confused. But there is a weapon here. We don't know how much durability it has. But that's the loading error. No worries. So Crazy Mage. Alright, what do we got? Just goes with a life tap, and then Tansoku is able to do another weapon up. We might see a Farseer here just to heal, or maybe just a weapon up, or Thalnos. Yep, looks like that's what we're going to go for. Thalnos is a nice development. Allows some cycle if it gets killed. Mortal Coil would be a great draw here, or he might go with the Void Caller. His man's a little tight. If he goes with the Void Caller, nothing will get summoned. It's kind of like a bluff, like we mentioned earlier against the Yodi game. So this is the bluff. No demon's gonna come out. Sylvanas is almost a demon, but not quite. See, it's just a minion, no demon. So Tansoku. Alright, what do we... He might be reading this bluff correctly, or he might just be scared to shitless of actually killing that thing.
Pay attention, class.
So he's gonna start out with a Deadly Poison, and maybe just go for face with everything else. Yeah, okay, so face with everything else. The Void Caller cannot essentially kill itself right here, and nothing has more than 3 attacks, so the 4 health will stay alive. So as far as other development, the Sludge Belcher is probably the solidest play. We might see him do like a Hellfire here, just to clear out the teacher.
I wonder.
Looks like that's what he's going to do. By this attack, it signifies a Hellfire. And then the dude's going to die without summoning anything. But so Tansoku's alright with that. He can absorb that. That's not a big deal. There's another Violet's to come down. And what does he do with his extra 2 mana? He just holds on to his extra 2 mana. Sadly, it will not be saved for next turn. It's just going to die. Crazy Mage is going to... maybe just a Sludge Belcher? I'm not sure. Crazy Mage doesn't have a lot of good options.
So many possibilities.
Sylvanas might be one of the better ones, but that will almost just get killed. So we might see... Oh man, that's interesting. If he goes for a backstab and then attacks, that means the minion that's created from the backstab will actually get stolen. So let's see how Tansoku kind of handles this. Rather interesting. He could go for... Go with a nice oil turret. That'd be interesting. That would clear out the Sylvanas and get a nice huge weapon out. We generally don't see any anti-weapon tech. Okay, so the backstab looks like it's going to be the weapon choice. Maybe he goes with a backstab, attacks, and then does a Phantom Knife to clear out the 1/1 and just to get the cycle. Phantom Knives probably doesn't have too much value in this matchup, considering Demon Warlocks usually just throw down like 1 big minion at a time and doesn't have like a big spread unless they run like Imp Implosion, but we have not seen that from Crazy Mage just yet. Here comes the backstab.
I am ready to learn.
Backstabs his own creature for some weird reason.
Choose I am ready to learn.
And the oil comes down. Okay. Is he gonna Farseer? Okay. So it looks like he's just swarming the board and hitting strong face. And that's gonna put Crazy Mage down to 9, but he has 2 Moltens in his hand, so this is gonna be quite scary. We can see 2 Moltens and a Sludge Belcher come down, and then probably a Mortal Coil onto the 4-1. I vote that as the best play, but we'll see exactly how he figures this out. These guys... Okay, let's see what legend or what rank Crazy Mage is currently in the season. Crazy Mage is rank 15, and Tansoku is rank 400 in legend. So he just goes with another Hellfire, sets down 1 Molten Giant, actually both of them, and then heals back up. And that is lethal right there, right? Especially with the deadly poison. Oh no, it's 1 damage off. Wait, yeah, no, it's lethal. He can Blade Flurry, get the 8 damage in, weapon up again, and then attack. Here we go with lethal. Tansoku's able to take it. Nice, bravo to him. With 10 life. Looks like we have a Druid against probably the same Demon Warlock that we see from Crazy Mage. So far the Druid has not gotten lucky in the mulligans just yet, but he still has yet to do his mulligans. We're going to go ahead and answer King Suichi and say nope. We can get him into games. So far, after this match, whoever wins this will go against Monster, who has played with us before, and looks like a Zombie Chow is going to be the first weapon of choice for Crazy Mage. We have not seen Zombie Chows before, so this might be maybe a slightly different Demon Warlock, but it's probably similar. We have the Innervate, but we do not have any Wild Growth for Tansoku, so he's going to go with the Innervate Shade. That's going to leave him in a really dry turn 4 or turn 3, so he is kind of... He's low on little stuff to do. He would like to top deck a Wild Growth. Wild Growth would be insane. That would be like the ultimate curve. Turn 1 Shade, turn 2 Wild Growth, and he does not get it. What Mind Control Tech might be useful here, considering 1 cheap minion is already on the field. Hopefully, Crazy Mage can get more, but generally, Demon Warlocks don't get more than like 2 minions at most. Sun Fairy Protector. So, considering the Mal'Ganis is on hand with a Void Caller, that's probably going to be saved for next turn. Right now, we're just going to see a nice tap. And turn 4 could be a coin. Okay, so he's just going to go with these, realizing this matchup will not have any Mind Control Tech value, so he's just going to throw that out. That'll be a nice, good trade with the Zombie Chow. Now, he could go with a swipe onto that, but he doesn't really have anything to deal with a Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis will kind of wreck this Druid unless he gets a... Oh, he's going to silence it. That's very smart. That's really, really smart. So, Mal'Ganis will not be coming out if that dude dies. And Crazy Mage is able to develop a Sludge Belcher. You can go with a Twilight Drake. And then Sylvanas next turn would be really attractive, considering the Shade will probably stay in stealth, and Sylvanas will potentially steal it.
So many
Sludge Belcher
possibilities.
probably coming out here. It trades very well with the board. And what will this Void Caller attack? Void Caller attacks the dude, the Mind Control Tech. And now Tansoku is able to develop a Druid of the Claw. He has 2 of them in his hand. And the next turn he could coin out the Ancient of Lore, have a really nice curve. Wild Growth, that's really strange. Wild Growth on turn 5 is not necessarily that common, but no worries. Looks like he just wanted to do the Wild Growth to actually be able to do the Ancient of Lore next turn while keeping the Shade alive, while to do a Hero Power. Now, if the Shade grows one more time, it will be vulnerable with BGH, and that's generally the only target in this Druid deck, beyond maybe a potential Ragnaros that's not really run anymore. And the Hellfire is not going to allow BGH to actually come out next turn. And Crazy Mage has a nice hand. Ancient of War is also really good for Tansoku, and his card draw is a Wrath and a BGH. BGH is what he needs against these Giants and the Mal'Ganis. We know that Crazy Mage runs 2 Molten Giants. And will he taunt this dude up? Yeah, looks like he will. Now, a swipe will take care of this if he wants to trade in his... Actually, no. I was thinking that a little bit backwards. So how does Tansoku kind of deal with this? He's already used 1 silence. He doesn't have another one in his hand. So... yeah.
What to do?
Ooh, is he going for a card draw? Card draw would be rather strange, but yeah, okay, so he goes for the full-on hit, and he's going to use the extra little umph to get out hero power and point out a Sledge Belcher to essentially protect his 5-1 from any attacks from that defender. Now, Crazy Mage, what can he develop? He can develop a Sylvanas. He can go with a Lotheb or another Twilight Drake, probably follow before a tap or after a tap. He goes with the non-tapped. Okay, that's rather strong. Now he's probably not going to attack here. He's probably just going to save his defender and let his Twilight Drake do the dirty work next turn. But Tansoku has the Drake and has a swipe. So if you're able to spell power a swipe out, that's considered one of the strongest AoEs in the game. But he doesn't have a good way to use it. The swipe would probably go main target onto the Drake. That would put it at 4 life. And he can't really clean too much up. He'd get all the minions really low, but wouldn't actually kill anything, unless he actually targeted something different than the Twilight Drake. This looks like he's going to do it without the spell power. That's smart. That would clear out a lot of these minions. Maybe just save the spell power for later, get another taunt out, and Crazy Mage has plenty to develop. He can go with the Mal'Ganis. Probably not, though. BGH will kill that straight away. Maybe a Lotheb, maybe a Sylvanas. Some nice strong plays here. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. Mal'Ganis has come out for 9 mana. And here we go with the BGH. Nice easy turn. We'll probably get, maybe we get the Azure Drake first just to get the card draw. That'd be slick, and then if we do that, we'll probably see a hero power after the BGH. And as far as face damage, that'd be almost like 6 to face.
I've got the beast in my sight.
This board is rather open to Hellfire, but he's already used 1, so Tansoku is not betting on seeing a Hellfire. He is debating whether to hit face depending on the Molten Giants. He has seen 1 Molten Giant. Or he has seen Molten Giants in the previous game, I mean. That's a better way to say it. Ooh, Draxus. Okay, so Draxus is the next one exactly after Mal'Ganis dies. And we could see a Sylvanas Shadow Flame. That would steal the bear and clear the board. And against a druid, that'd be really solid. I think I like that. So here we go.
I have no time for games.
Sylvanas, Shadow Flame, and the bear. Thank you very much. Ugh. Okay, so Tansoku can answer this with maybe looks like a hero power. He's gonna summon another bear, maybe by a shape. So bear and shape would be really strong, and that's been 2 AoEs this season so far. So the Hellfire could kill the shape, but he might just let it grow just a little bit. Lotheb's gonna be nice. That means that no Hellfire will come down. He would do the Hellfire first if he was gonna do anything like that. Ancient Watcher's nice, and then some Spirit Protector to protect them both. That's basically an activated Watcher now for 2 mana, so really nice. Here comes a lot of growth for the card draw. Cost 7 though, so probably not going to do it this turn. Svan, this is really nice. Now,
I have no
what
time
exactly
for
does he
games.
trade here? Looks like he's going to trade something. Looks like Lothep is going to get priority considering that it is the one that can attack. Next turn, the Ancient Watcher will not be able to attack, so it's not really too much of a threat. Argus will just straight up probably die here to the bear, but that's a nice trade for it. And then maybe a Dr. Boom will get developed.
So many possibilities.
Starting out with a life tap, and then Dread Infernal is nice, but he's almost tempted to Hellfire here, because if he doesn't Hellfire right now, the Shade will get out of range and just keep growing in stealth. So he's probably thinking about that rather hard. But if he Hellfires, he damages... Okay, yeah, looks like he's going to go for that. So the Shade's gonna die here, sadly. And does he develop a negative BGH? No, he's gonna hold on to it. The Wrath is rather nice here. He doesn't have any spell power, so we might see a Ancient of... or Keeper of the Grove. Kill that off so he can start getting some face damage, but... he won't be able to kill him just yet. Well, actually... if he Keepers... plus Savage Roar, that's gonna be...
What to do?
That's gonna be like 9 damage. Okay, so he's a little bit off lethal. Doesn't quite have it. He could Keeper the Face and Wrath the dude. So yeah, he almost has lethal. This is the last taunt giver also for Crazy Mage that he currently has in his deck, but he does have Jiraxxus to get the extra heal in. So if Tansoku does a lot of damage but doesn't actually kill him here, the Jiraxxus will just heal him back up next turn. We're gonna start with the card draw. Dr. Boom, nice. Okay, we're probably going to see that come down.
Time waits for no one.
Or if it doesn't come down now, if he wants to clear some stuff out with some spells, it'll come down next turn. Looks like Tansoku wants to develop it now, considering the Ancient Watcher can attack. And yeah, that will give him lethal next turn. All Crazy Mage has to do right here is... So can Crazy Mage survive with the Dread Infernal? So he would probably have to throw out a BGH just to absorb some big... Yeah, okay, so BGH first, kill the Dr. Boom, Dread Infernal, and does he live? Depending on what the boom bots hit, obviously, we don't really know. We're just gonna have to see the play, we can't really visualize it.
I wonder.
But as far as we can say, we can assume that he's dead. The Savage Roar plus the Keeper can get rid of anything that's kind of in the way. So it looks like he's going to start with the BGH.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Dread Infernal could be the next turn. That's what it goes with. Solid Boombots hit. They kill the taunt, but the Dread Infernal absorbs one of them, and that's the full combo in his hand right here, right now. So here we go. Tansoku's gonna win with 12 life once he executes this. It looks like he's trying to figure out a way to do it without the Savage or without the Force of Nature, which he probably could. If he does this, Savants will go up to 7 attack. He'll have 2, and then the that'll be perfect lethal. If he does the Keeper of the Grove. Nice.
I must safeguard the life.
So Tansoku's going to take that series, move on as our current tree topper. Alright, Tansoku's next opponent is going to be a gentleman called Monster. Monster has fought with us several times, so Monster is here back again, hopefully getting a nice win streak of himself. He's up against a solid opponent here. Tansoku's a Japanese player who is fairly skilled. And Monster is not exactly happy facing against a legend player, so... Hopefully he can take some out, but that's kind of what this tournament is all about, throwing new players up against some good players, see what they can do, and hopefully they can learn a lot and have a lot of fun. Let's check the rank of Monster. I'm not even sure what he has. So Monster is rank 12, so he's decent. Not quite past the curve of the Elo Hell into the Legend rank, but looks like he has a nice thing here. He has an Innervate and a Wild Growth, and that is pretty much all you need to win as a Druid. Tansoku has a decent start with the Backstab and the SI7 Agent, but not perfect. Here we go with the Wild Growth, and Tansoku's like, oh man, dang it. Tansoku, is he willing to develop something? He might just do a weapon attack and then weapon up again. Oh, so he's gonna throw a naked SI7 agent, keep his backstab. Well, he can combo it anyway next turn, so not a big deal. Looks like we're gonna see a coin, Innervate, Ancient of Lore. Wow, alright. And some nice card draw, and then he has a nice turn 5 play next turn with a Bear or a Lothar, whatever he wants, and he gets another Innervate. So we could see, yeah, wow, alright. The backstab, the SI7 agent, or maybe with a, okay, so the Tinker Sharp Sword is going to go down. That's going to allow them to kill it, and then the SI7 agent is going to go to base. Alright, so Monster is able to get both of the parts of the combo in his hand, while still having the nice card draw, or nice curve, considering he did the Ancient Lord to allow him to do that. Ooh, and he goes with the cat form just to kill off that oiled up SI7 agent. As Drake's gonna go down, gets some nice card draw, and he does have prep, double preps for sprint whenever he needs to. The swipe looks really good to be able to clear that Azure Drake.
I have no time for
Looks like he
games.
just wants to do Sylvanas. Will Sylvanas get sapped here after a prep sprint is the question. Obviously we're gonna start with the card draw, pro moves. Blade Flurry, ooh, okay, so the burst is coming in hot. The sap's going down. Okay, and you would almost argue that Tansoku has lethal next turn, if you just look at his hand. Now is Monster forced to swipe here? Looks like that's what he's gonna try to do. He's probably gonna innervate out a Lotheb. Actually, yeah, he could do that. Lotheb would be really nice considering the rogue has several spells, and it would answer the Violet Teacher very well, so that's like the only minion that Tansoku would be tempted to play. So a swipe, innervate Lotheb would probably be the best play for him. Looks like he's going to start with the Lotheb. And then you could also just innervate out the swipe, so we'll just let him figure out his sequence.
What to do? Time waits for no one.
He's definitely taking his time. The rope is coming out, and we know that the strongest play here is to do that swipe, but he's really hesitating on doing it, so he's just gonna do that. Will block lethal out, but that's not gonna remove the Drake from the field, so we might see. Okay, now does he just go? Okay, he can't combo. I was thinking that he could try to combo the Abyss to get a kill, but he's just gonna do a 7-man Blade Flurry. That will kill it considering the Drake is on the field. That will allow his Drake to live and give him probably lethal next turn. His opponent will be down to 17. He has oil, he has... okay. If he does the Blade Flare here, he's probably missing out on lethal. That will cause lethal chances, but he has plenty of cards and plenty of in his hand. Alright, so he's down to 12. Can he get lethal? Alright. So if he does like a prep, oil... Okay, so the Drake's gonna die, so that's probably not gonna be lethal anymore, but he probably could have done it with like a prep, oil, and this, but we're not that lucky. Phantom Knight is hovered over. Violet Teacher would be nice, probably with an Abyss. then see whatever comes out. If it's something that can get killed by the Phantom Knives, probably the best way to go with that.
So many options.
Harrison Jones is an interesting card in here.
Attention, class.
That's one of those things that you hardly ever see, but it might just be like an anti-rogue or anti-warrior card. That might be what Tansoku is mostly facing on ladder. He's in the legend ranks, so he's probably facing a lot of oil rogues.
I am ready
They're
to
considered
learn.
probably one of the top skill, or the highest skill ceiling classes right now. And he's just setting up for lethal next turn. Looks good. He's gonna go for the attack, realizes that he has no Blade Flurry, so he only really needs one durability to actually get the kill with the oil. And Monster doesn't have any taunts, doesn't have any heals. He's gonna start with the hero power, and then go with the bomb lobber. And Innervate Keeper's actually finished off.
I must safeguard the land. Oh, play.
And Monster thinks that that is game, but we know that that is a little bit off game. Can he get lethal here with an Abyss Tinkers? Tinkers would put him to 4 damage. Abyss is not spell powered, so I don't know. Yeah, he's off lethal. He's got a ways to go. He's off lethal by 3 currently by my count. So maybe he's just gonna develop. He's gonna go with the card draw, cycle it out. He's probably wanting to get another sprint. He has the prep for the sprint. He gets an SI7 agent. That's pretty handy here. Kill out the bomb lobber. Looks like he might want to do an Abyss SI7 agent. That would develop his board nicely while eliminating his opponents.
I wonder. I'll meet you soon.
SI7 agent almost guaranteed to come down, but what else supporting things will he do with that? Looks like a... Is he gonna prep the Tinker Sharpsword oil? Yeah, looks like he's gonna do that. Use the first durability to kill the Keeper. Allow his SI7 agent to hopefully do some serious damage next turn. Oh, he's gonna... Wow, okay. He just goes to face with that rather than killing the Keeper.
I wonder. What to do?
Now, Monster really is trying to think about this. He's trying to figure out exactly how to stay alive. He could do some force clearing, but that doesn't allow him to necessarily live. He probably has to do a Cenarius, to be honest.
Time waits for no one.
Cenarius would give him the taunts, but he's not able to play anything after that. So the Keeper's probably going to go to face. And just pray to God that these taunts are not going to get answered. Phantom Knives is nice, but he needs the spell power with it. No Thalnos. He needs the Thalnos with that. Looks like he's just going to go with the cycle. Maybe pick up an... Oh, he gets the other Abyss. Okay, there we go. That's exactly what he needed. He noticed that he didn't use any, and he had only so many cards in his hand, so he's going to win with 21 life. Start this series out. Currently, Tansoku is up by 1 game, so Monster has to grab a few wins here. Looks like we're going to have a Hunter mid. It's probably going to be similar.
I'll hunt you down.
Looks like we do have mid-range on both sides. The Hunter Marks gives away the mid-range, and then the Freezing Trap gives away the mid-range. So this is probably going to be the exact mirror. We might see a few card deviations, but the concept is there. Monster just passing his first turn, allowing Tansoku to maybe set up something. He might go with the Knife Juggler. That'd be really slick, but it does have a turn 2 to follow it up. So we're probably just going to see a pass for Tansoku as well. He might try to get a Snake Trap up and then the Knife Juggler. That would be really fun, but that might be rather risky, but against another Hunter, maybe it's safe. Okay, so here we go with the Knife Juggler. So that means next turn he's going to go with the Snake Trap, and that's going to be a really fun play. Ooh, monster. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. And the Snake Trap is going to be rather deadly to this Haunted Creeper. So anyone watching that doesn't kind of know the concept, whenever you do attack a minion with a Snake Trap up, the snakes will get summoned, and then the snakes will actually proc Knife Juggler to start throwing knives, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. Flagbot says, Happy St. Patty Day stream, so maybe he's a little bit drunk, but hopefully... Actually, hopefully he's drunk. To be honest, we wish him to be drunk, and yeah. Looks like he's having fun though. Flagbot is a current champion, so he's not allowed to play, but he's one of those top players. And Monster's able to respond the Knife Juggler with a Unleash the Hounds. He uses 2 to kill the Knife Juggler, and then 2 to go to face, and here comes Leon, maybe? No, Misha, alright. Misha works as well. Snakes are probably going to trade into the doggies to deny any turn 4 Houndmaster. And what does this last snake do? I vote this last snake, yeah, probably just going to face. Oh, he trades it, okay. That means, oh, what does that mean? I don't know why he traded it. I would have just gone for face. I think face is funner, but he knows what he's doing, we'll just trust him. And as far as development, will he just do a freezing trap? He'll have the nice Sludge Belcher next turn, followed by the Svan High Main in 2 turns, so yep, freezing trap, solid play. Tansoku... Maybe just a Shredder, proc the freezing trap while there's no minion up. Or is he just gonna... Hero power? Okay. Looks like he's just gonna use the web spinner to actually proc the freezing trap. That's cool. I would have done it earlier, just considering the possibility of a weapon coming out right here, right now. So that's cool. That works for him. Houndmaster looks nice, but not able to be played. Actually, he can be played on the Misha. Keep his Misha alive and kill the Sludge. Nice slick play. I vote that we see that. I vote he goes for that. Nice, so the Misha's going to go up to a 6-5 and then go down to a 6-2. And there we go. The slime cannot kill it, so really slick play from him. Another freezing trap does go down. And this one is a little bit more interesting. He could kill command that and then freezing trap for the Misha. Looks like exactly what we're gonna see. And the Misha will probably not be able to attack, so we might see a... Oh, okay.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
He's gonna just kill the Misha right here, right now. And hero power down, so... Monster has a... Ooh, Savannah High Mate on turn 6. Bam, here we go. Most powerful minion in the game on the board right now. And we're going to see probably a mirror. Savannah High Mate is considered the most powerful minion for the mana cost. Freezing Trap does go up. Well, actually, this would be interesting. Is Savannah High Mate considered more powerful than Dr. Boom? For the mana cost, at least. Per mana. I don't know. Someone will figure it out. Maybe Trump has a calculation somewhere. I could Google it later. But right now we have a Shredder and a Haunted Creeper coming down. And we have a freezing trap up, so Savannah High Main cannot attack. Yeah, okay. So Monster is able to develop 2 Savannah High Mains in the course of 2 turns if that's what he wants to go for. And I vote he does that. Nice solid play. Tansoku has a kill command to kill the first half of the Savannah High Main, but not anything really able to deal with the second half of it. Ooh, now a Monster has to kind of decide how he wants to trade this. If he trades it too conservatively, he could just leave himself open to Unleash the Hounds. But that's not what he does to do. He's sacrifices both his minions to make sure he does not. And this is not an explosive trap. He's trying to telegraph that it is one, considering all the minions are low health, but it's not an explosive trap. Looks like Hunter's Mark, along with a haunted creeper, is going to go into that. First one's going to get frozen, not a big deal. And then will he trade his hyenas into his opponent's hyenas? Or will he just use the shredder, try to keep it alive? I vote he uses the shredder. We've already seen one Unleash of the Hounds from Monster, so that shouldn't be too much of a threat. So hopefully he does just trade the shredder in. Hero power, standard. Oh, okay, going for face with the shredder. Now how does he trade these hyenas? I vote he just goes for the face, considering he has 2 kill commands. That'll get his opponent almost to lethal. And that's what he does. Now he can activate the kill commands with his hand with the web spinner. It will cost 9 mana, but no big deal. He can deal with that. And Monster does a lot of trading there. He realizes that he is kind of threatened. Now, no more beasts on the field. We need to make sure that Eldon knows that he is able to compete, so we're just gonna answer him real fast. Ooh, okay, so a top deck Gladiator's Longbow while I wasn't looking at the screen, so that's really nice. And he's going to just press for lethal. Now he has lethal in his hand next turn, so all he has to do is survive this from pretty much a dry hand as far as response, and Tansoku's going to take that with 18 life. Bravo to him. He wins this series. He won the first game, and now he's going to win this game, so he wins the best of 3, going up to a 2-win streak. We're into game number 1 of this best of 3. Tansoku is currently on a 2-win streak, and Eldon is a former contestant, so he is hopefully in here to take some games off Tansoku. Tansoku is a Japanese player who's done a really good job. Eldon, we cannot see his hand, so we need to let him know. Hold on, everybody. This will take about maybe 2 minutes to clean up. Okay, well, let's reload this. Eldon, yeah, okay, cool. So Tansoku, we need to follow him. He is our current tree topper, and then Eldon is the challenger. Nice, we got it. Okay, so it looks like a shaman, standard shaman, against the mid-range hunter. And both of them starting out with Hana Creepers, so fairly interesting start from both players. You know, nice, slow, easy game so far, and the Animal Command is a nice top deck. And we get a Leok, so that's going to go to face, it looks like. Does not want to essentially trade that in just yet. Eldon, he is able to... Maybe he wants to get lucky with a Spell Power Totem into a Earthshock, but I'm guessing he is not going to go for that. That might be a little bit too risky. But he might be doing that anyway. Let's see. Okay, nope. He might just do an Earthshock and the Hana Creeper attack to get his Hana Creeper split up and able to do more damage. Feral Spirits is nice. Another solid play. Okay. So if he does that, I'm guessing we're going to see Unleash the Hounds. That'll give him 3 doggies with 2 attack each. So plenty of power on the board. The Leok's probably not going to die this turn. The Feral Spirits is solid play, but we'll probably get answered by Unleash the Hounds. And here we go. Maybe a Shredder is tempting, but Unleash the Hounds is obviously the better play. We just have to let Tansoku figure out if he wants to essentially use it here just now. Unleash the Hounds is pretty much the most valuable card against the Shaman, considering the Shaman kind of swarms the board. So it looks like he doesn't want to use it just yet. He's going to save that for a little bit. Hopefully, yeah, he's going to keep everything at its full life. And Eldon will probably start trading. Leok probably has top priority to die. Lightning Bolt could be used here to start it off, and then the Hana Creeper to do the extra little damage at the end. And then as far as follow-up beyond that, he might coin out like a hero power, he might coin out another Hana Creeper, but I'm guessing he might just pass after he does a Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt is one of those cards that isn't really run anymore, but Eldon is finding room for it, so hopefully it'll pay out right here.
What to do?
The Rock Biter weapon is another option. It'll get up his Hana Creeper up to 4 attack. And that's what he goes for. And he's gonna trade in most of his, or some of his board, doing Earthshock, get rid of the 2 mana minions, so we won't have any fun watching that come out, sadly. And looks like we might see a Knife Juggler with Unleash the Hounds. That'll be pretty fun. Plus the Hana Creeper on board just to get some extra knives if he needs them. Probably will, to be honest. He's gonna need those extra knives just to get down through the taunts. And finally, the last creeper, or the last knife does go to a minion. Wow, okay. So far we've had 3 to minion and 2 to base. Now, no Lightning Storm just yet, so Eldon will have to deal with this board the manual style by just throwing down minions and having them trade in. He's wanting to get Lightning Storm soon, so he might just go for the card draw, or he might go for the safer play in the Hana Creeper. The Hana Creeper looks solid. And he's gonna play it really slow. Oh, he might go for a Lightning Bolt on the... yeah, that's safe. Okay, we like that. I was gonna say, wow, he's just gonna leave everything alive, but I guess not. Lothub looks solid. How much does he actually want to trade here? Probably 0, to be honest. Looks like everything's gonna go to face. He realizes... okay, so he's gonna kill the totem. That's smart. Totems are always nasty. That allows him to keep everything alive on his side. And if he didn't kill that totem... wow, okay. The Crackle could have been a threat, but he can't play it just yet with a Lothub blocking it out. And Hex. Okay, that's gonna... he has 2 Hexes now. And those are hopefully gonna be saved for... Savannah Highmane. That's the best Hex target in this deck. But as far as this turn, Tansoku might be going for the Gladiator's Longbow. That will allow him to clear out the Drake, and a nice smooth transition with everything going to face, the nice 8 damage.
I wonder.
And the Gladiator's Longbow looks solid. That will answer any minion that will come out next as well. And keep him at 27 life, so he has plenty life to work with, and start whittling down the Shaman with hero powers. Shamans generally don't run too much heals. Most of the time they'll only have like anti-kill bot in there, but they don't have anything else. Crackle looks solid here. Maybe he can get lucky. He may be forced to hex the Lotheb. And if he does that, he's going to need to trade first. So he's going to trade, kill the beast. That is the most threat. Now we might see a hex, just considering that's the only thing he can do.
My shield.
Step in Argus, and then the hex. That looks nice. Alright, cool. So Eldon's able to take board control back, but not by too much. Now we have to remember, the frog is a beast, so that's why the kill command is highlighted. The frog does say beast, so the kill command is activated if you just wanted to just use it for face right here, right now. That would push, plus the hero power, that push Eldon down to like 7 life, which is quite scary. And then as far as other moves, not really sure what he could do. Hunter's Mark would be used to do only 1 damage to the Hana Creeper, but allow him to actually clear it out. He might just like kill command the Argus and then set up a freezing trap to actually... okay, so he's gonna silence one. The kill command the face. Okay, that's what we talked about earlier. So he's down to 7 life, and he's going to use his dudes to kill that out. And looks like he's going for face, so he has lethal next turn. That looks really solid. I like that. Now, Crackle, not useful. Flame Tongue Totem, not too useful. And Eldon is just SOL. Nice, so Tansoku's going to take the first game with 27 life. Okay, game number 2 against these guys. Currently, Tansoku is up by 1 game in this series, best of 3 series. Looks like Eldon stick with his Shaman deck, and Tansoku is flipping it up from the Hunter deck into a Hand Warlock. Now, here Max is a Japanese player, so he is asking if he can play right now. That's what Dekimasu got, or Dekimas means. But we need to let him know that he needs to wait a little bit. There's a little bit more people waiting for him. So we're going, let's see. So if people want to learn some Japanese, I'll type right here. Mate means wait a little bit, so we're going to write Choto Mate, and that's going to allow him to wait a little bit. Alright, as far as this game goes, life tap, turn 1, Hand Warlock. Oh, this is not a Hand Warlock. This is like a Hand Warlock / Demon Warlock with the Mal'Ganis and the Void Caller. We probably won't see any Mountain Giants, but we do see the Twilight Drake, so... Oh, wow, a Bloodlust. So this is a heavy minion-based thing from Eldon, which could work really nicely. Tansoku has 0 AoE in his hand, and he is going to face a lot of little minions here, and then potentially a Bloodlust to actually kill him. So Eldon has a nice fun deck for us right here. We'll probably see it... We'll hopefully see it played out fairly nicely. The Hexes will take care of any huge taunted giants, or Mal'Ganis for that matter. Looks like we're gonna start with an Argus. That's gonna activate the A, and hopefully he goes for face right here. Yeah, face is nice and clean. Now Tansoku is able to taunt. Oh, he's not able to taunt up the Void Caller if that's what he wants to throw down. He's gonna start with the Mortal Coil, and then looks like he wanted to do a nice AoE. That's gonna be crucial against a Shaman like this with the Bloodlust. So looks like he's debating Twilight Drake or Void Caller. He does have Mal'Ganis, so the Void Caller will get a lot of value. Urshok is essentially the counter card to Twilight Drake, and it's gonna do its work right here, silence it, then kill it with its 1 damage. Tansoku was kind of sad about that, I'm sure. But as far as other plays, Eldon's probably just gonna Hero Power, and okay, so that means that he is gonna put onto a lot of pressure. Is he just gonna kill off the Twilight Drake? Okay. Looks like he wants to do that to save his rock or Flame Tongue Totem from dying. It's potentially anything, but I guess that we might see a Implosion, to be honest. Implosion's gonna go onto the Flame Tongue Totem, and then he might follow that up with a Zombie Chow and Mortal Coil. Nice, perfect 3 damage. Does not need to use a Mortal Coil to finish it off. Zombie Chow comes down, and Mortal Coil is gonna kill off the totem. Big Game Hunter probably not going to get any value for Tansoku in this matchup, but we'll see if he's running like Neptulon or something like that, or Dr. Boom's possibility, especially the Bloodlust from Dr. Boom tokens. Eldon's going to start with a Lightning Storm. He's trying to keep as many minions on the board as possible, but we will see a Shadow Flame when things get desperate from Tansoku. But hopefully he can realize that he could potentially just die to a Bloodlust if things get too desperate. Remember, Bloodlust works differently than Savage Roar. It gives 3 attack rather than 2. And it does not give the attack to your hero. So we have to calculate this as Bloodlust will essentially give 12 damage on board. And he has plenty of stuff right here, right now. So this is lethal if no taunts go out or no healing. But yet, Tansoku has both those options, so he can save himself. He's going to start with the healing, and will he taunt up the
So many
anti-kill bot.
possibilities.
Not the best. Oh, it's gonna throw out naked BGH. And he has to probably realize that Eldon has worked really hard this game to keep as many minions on the board as possible, so Tansoku could be reading this as he has
So many possibilities.
potentially a lot of bloodlust potential, so hopefully Tansoku reads that correctly. Now, if he does this, we're going to see a Shadow Flame. Yeah, Shadow Flame's going to come down, that's going to heal him up, leave all the pressure off the board. He's not going to be able to develop anything, but that's alright. We're alright with that. So Eldon goes for a little bit minion development. He was overloaded a little bit, so that was kind of sad. Ooh, a life tap. Alright, so Dr. Boom looks nice, but not quite yet. Will he taunt up the Void Caller? That would force... Okay, so we also have Jiraxis, so now we have the 50-50 to get Mal'Ganis out. Mal'Ganis is considered the prime target to get out via Void Caller.
Shields up.
So he does not taunt it up. Okay. So it looks like he's reading this deck perfectly well. Tansoku knows exactly what's going on. And Eldon hopefully can develop enough to stay alive in this game. We might see a Hex onto the Void Caller just to deny any demons from coming out for really cheap.
I have no time for games.
Coin Hex still is a possibility, but he does not do that. He just goes with the hero power. Siphon Soul, okay. Siphon Soul looks good, but Sylvanas is not exactly best dealt with by doing that. Dr. Broom looks like it's going to be the play of choice. And looks like he wants to just start trading, realizing that he does not necessarily need to attack face, he just needs to clear out any potential totem shenanigans. That's exactly what he does, nice. So will we see a Hex on Dr. Boom? That would be solid. We don't see any Lightning Storms just yet, so he needs something to recover the board on. Now, if we do get Mal'Ganis out, there is no current demons on the board, so we won't have any synergy that are beyond the minion and beyond the immunity to face. But we could potentially see something else come down. Jiraxis does have a 50-50 to come down as well. I don't know if that's good or bad. And he does get Jiraxis. Sometimes you want Jiraxis to stay for the health, but he gets it right here. Now he could be taunted up, and he just saw a Hex come down. So he's gonna start by attacking Sylvanas, see what she steals. And she steals the Boombot. Alright, that works. That's kind of expected result. Now Tansoku, what can we go with here? He could go with the Mal'Ganis, buff up his Jiraxis. Or he might go with the Giant, Molten Giant. He has plenty of Argus targets. He has seen one Hex, so he's not necessarily worried about his Jiraxis or Mal'Ganis getting hexed. So Eldon really fighting from behind right here. He has the Bloodlust that is considered almost a dead card. He had potential to get lethal, but Tansoku was able to Shadow Flame that board when he had lethal, and not give Eldon the chance to actually cast that Bloodlust.
Almost out of time.
Implosion. Okay, so he starts with the tap, going with the Giant. Now, what does he taunt? He's going to taunt an Egg and Jiraxis. And Jiraxis eats 4 damage, so that kind of sucks. And that's why Boombots are OP. Jiraxis just came onto the board and sorry down to 7 life from the 15 they originally started with. Now Eldon, he only has 2 minions. He can kind of activate his egg here if he gets a light well, pretty damn useless. Sometimes really solid, but not the best right now. So Draxus is gonna finally die. And Totem comes down just to get the little extra minion, and Hana creepers. Okay, nice. Void Caller, alright. That looks nice. Now, Void Caller will get the Mal'Ganis out, and that will almost just be game. Eldon is kind of running out dry. He's probably going to keep on toteming, hopefully some of his totems stick, but he's just going to run out of things to do, and the huge minions are just going to start whacking at his face right here, right now. How exactly is Tansoku going to trade this? Does he value the Hana Creeper staying alive, or does he want to clear out the Hana Creeper? Ooh, and an egg gets activated. That's an unlucky draw, but you know, gotta work with what you got. Now will Tansoku, he's gonna go with the Implosion. And whatever it does, okay, it does 2 damage, so he's not happy about that. He has plenty of room to work with on that, though. Throwing in his Defender of Argus to clear that out. Now, I vote that the... What is he gonna... He's gonna taunt up his Molten Giant, and will he clear out... Okay, so... Looks like he did that just to see if the Light will actually just heal itself. So that was rather interesting. Tansoku really deep peeking that. Ooh, okay, so Eldon's able to get some draw. Looks like a coin hero power here is solid. The coin has been in obviously since turn 0. He's finally able to use it. And he gets a taunt. That's probably what he was looking for. The frog finally dies. Now, Tansoku. Can he just kill him right here? Is he dead? No, he can't be dead, right? Well, he has power overwhelming. Okay, yeah, he is dead. So cool. So Tansoku's gonna win 14 life, take this best 3 to the end. This is his 4th match. He is currently on a 3-win streak. He has not lost a match whatsoever just yet. And this is King Shuichi. King Shuichi has fought with us several times, and he is back hopefully to take this. And we can't see his hand. Awesome. We have to let him know. Hold on, everybody. Alright, we'll get this sorted out just in a sec. Looks like Tansoku's going with an Oil Rogue. And let's reload this UI, considering we can't do it just yet. So, King Shuichi, nice. We need to get Tansoku first. There we go. Now, King Shuichi is generally a new player, so we'll see exactly what he's able to pull out here. I'm guessing, okay, looks like he's running a, looks like this is a combo warrior. So this is gonna have the Worgen in it, and this is gonna have probably a Rampage, Cruel Taskmaster, stuff like that, just to get the Worgen up to that, you know, 9 damage, 8 damage, 10 damage mark where it can just kill his opponent straight out. And that's against a rogue. Kind of dangerous. Rogues don't run any taunts, they run a few heals, but they generally sacrifice their face to get some sheer damage, or clean out some damage, but this will be kind of interesting. Tansoku's going to start with the Fan of Knives, just to get things rolling. King Shuichi might be looking to develop...
Brotherhood shall prevail.
Ooh, okay, so an 8 damage Edwin comes out. Now, King Shuichi should be able to execute this just fine. And the Slam's gonna get a Worgen. So Worgen's a little bit early, but not a big deal. King Shuichi would probably like some more card draw. And the Naked SI7 agent is going to come out. Now Tansoku probably doesn't know what type of deck this is just yet. He'll probably read it here shortly. And King Shuichi doing a slight misplay. You generally want to attack then armor up, but not worry. Like I said before, he's a new player. So sequencing there is a little bit off. But maybe this deck doesn't even run Shield Slam. Maybe armor is not even relevant for him. We'll have to find out. Tansoku able to develop the Violet Teacher. Maybe it won't get answered here. King Shuichi could potentially answer it with a lot of cards used, but not necessarily very efficient. And he just goes for a face attack. That's rather interesting. That's going to leave Tansoku kind of in the dark about what the hell is going on. And Harrison Jones, okay.
I'm ready to
Harrison
learn.
Jones going to do some awesome work here. And the Rampage, okay, so this is definitely the OTK Oregon style deck, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Let the pain speak to me.
Now, will he activate this? No, he's just going to throw it out there as a minion. I was thinking that he could potentially activate it with a Cruel Taskmaster, considering he has 2 in his hand. He's just going to let it die. And Tansoku going with the dagger, setting up for lethal. He might do a card. He might do a cycle. He's going to do a cycle, get the extra
I'm
minion
ready
out.
to learn.
Now, if King Shuichi is not running anything like Brawl, he is going to be SOL. So, looks like he's running Shield Block. That signifies that he is running Shield Slam. Oh, so there's the Brawl. That's going to be really nice here shortly. Now, Tansoku has to kind of calculate this. He has a lot of damage. He has a lot on board. Looks like he's just going to press his advantage. Ooh, setting up a nice Tinkers, it looks like. That was rather interesting. Why did he play the Thanos? Yeah, like that. That was... Oh, it looks like he had to combo it. That's why he played the Thanos. Okay, so he's forced to combo. And he's just going to attack face with everything, realizing that this deck is really funky. Now, King Shuichi could go for a Brawl, maybe a Whirlwind. Maybe he feels more comfortable with the Whirlwind, and then he could use a Cruel Taskmaster to finish off the Violet Teacher. That would be a slick play. Or a Brawl is a possibility. Despite also works very well, so plenty of options. Looks like a Whirlwind and a Despite to start out with. Inner Rage rather than the Cruel Task, that's interesting. So he's... Another slight misplay on sequencing. He needs to attack, then armor up. And why he chose to do the Inner Rage rather than a Cruel Task, only he knows, but we'll see if that plays out for him. Harrison Jones is going to come down, block out the weapon, and allow SA7 Agent to combo to the face. King Shuichi has another weapon, looks like he's going to develop, and might be looking to... So it looks like he's not familiar with actually armor upping after. But like I said, he did run the shield block, but that doesn't necessarily, that means that he has to run the shield slam. But that would signify that he probably should. But no worries. Will Tansoku attack here?
Mistakes were made.
Oh, okay. He realizing that he did have kind of lethal with the Blade Flurry and such, so the Dr. Boom was a mistake. Oh, and he does run Shield Slam, so that means that his sequencing for attack was all wrong. But these Boombots will pretty much kill his... And Tansoku was whispering to me that he did miss lethal, and he just... The Boombots almost killed him. And here we go. King Shuichi's just gonna get killed off, and Tansoku's gonna take that with 27 life. Best of 3 coming up. This is only game 1. These guys are gonna grab the next decks. This is King Shuichi versus Tansoku. King Shuichi is a Japanese-American player. Tansoku is a Japanese player. And when I first whispered these guys' names to each other, Tansoku thought that King Shuichi might be a Japanese player, considering the name Shuichi is a Japanese name, but I let him know that he's just a Japanese-American. He doesn't speak too well in Japanese, so not a big deal, but these guys are familiar with each other's names probably. Looks like King Shuichi is going with the exact same deck, but hopefully he has the Shield Slam in his opening hand, so hopefully he sequences a little bit better with the weapon attacks and actually armoring up at the same point. But Tansoku is going with the Warrior deck that's more probably Control style and less Worgen style. So Tansoku is going to start with a weapon attack to face, considering he has 2 Fiery War Axes and doesn't have to worry about it too much. Tansoku never really saw exactly what the other deck was, but he did see stuff like Blood Rage or the 0 mana thing, so he kind of knows exactly what he probably knows what King Shuichi is trying to do. But hopefully he's able to just stall this out. Warriors have great health gain, so that's probably not going to be an issue. Looks like King Shuichi is just going to develop another weapon. So the Harrison Jones potentially into Tansoku's deck could be quite beneficial. King Shuichi is able to develop a shield block while, okay, hopefully he attacks and then shield blocks. Okay, good. He's doing proper sequencing. Oh, he's just gonna armor up. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, nice. So he's gonna keep his armor hopefully nice and high for a shield slam whenever he does need it. Tansoku is finally able to use the first card of his weapon, develop a Lotheb in turn, and let's see if this Lotheb gets shield slammed. Looks like that's going to be the option. Execute, and we have plenty of execute active, or actually just one. The slam is probably the best execute activator currently. Dr. Room almost going to be playing next turn. Shield Maiden hella strong right now. King Shuichi looks like he wants to go with a Acolyte and maybe a Loot Hoarder to finish off the curve. Maybe a Coin Armor Up, we don't know, guess not. Tansoku looks like he wants to go with Dr. Boom. Go! And that's what we see. Dr. Boom's going to come down on board. Okay, so there's the first Worgen activator. Looks like he's running the charge rather than the minion that actually does it. Looks like we're going to slam execute. Oh, and there's the Worgen. So King Shuichi could go for lethal here shortly, but he's probably rather far off. He's going to use both executes right here, right now. Shield Maiden along with Shield Slam is potential, so any minion that comes down, big or small, will get answered by whatever needs to happen, considering the Whirlwind, Cruel Task, Big Game Hunter, so Tansoku has answers for pretty much anything that King Shuichi can do. But let's see if he's able to get momentum right here.
Let the pain speak to me.
He's going to start with an Acolyte. Let's see if he does a Cruel Task onto the Acolyte to get a little bit more card draws. Looks like no, he's just going to armor up. Tansoku's going for... Let's see if he goes with the Armor Smith. That'll get his armor hella high. And probably just throw his Shield Maiden into the Acolyte of Pain. Now as far as further development by that, I would see a nice Piloted Shredder, but he knows that King Shuichi runs Brawl, so he does not want to overcommit too hard to the board. Looks like a Shield Slam, okay. Interesting. So I think he knows that this deck does not really run too many big threats, so he's willing to just throw away, or not throw away, but use a Shield Slam onto that one minion. And Tansoku is kind of running out of options here. He draws another Worgen piece, so that means that his Worgen can get juiced up quite nicely. Probably up to like 8 attack. Actually, it can get juiced up really nice. It can go up to 8 plus the Rampage, which is 3, so it can get up to 11 attack, which is potentially 22 damage, but yet Warriors are nowhere near that point. He's going to use the Cruel Task. Cruel Task goes to face, so it's going to allow his Cruel Task to stay alive. I mean, Boombot goes to face. And just armor up some passes. Alright, so Tansoku's able to develop whatever he needs here, but he knows that King Shuichi does run a Brawl, so he has to be kind of careful on what exactly he plays.
Armor made to fit.
He's just gonna play this nice and slow, does the armor for the extra armor, and then does an armor up for the extra armor. So hella slow, realizing that King Shuichi's deck is based around getting your opponent down to 20 life, then just bursting down from there. The cool task is gonna clean out the first half of the Shredder, and the second half summons a Armani Berserker, so rather good. For a warrior at least. Now, does... Oh, he's gonna go for a brawl, okay. I was trying to calculate if Tansoku was able to Cruel Task the Armani Berserker, would he have lethal, considering it would be a 7 attack. But we don't get to see that just yet. The brawl does come down, and King Shuichi does have board control, but not after this Sludge Belcher's field. It's gonna hinder it a little bit. Sludge Belcher goes down, and King Shuichi is a little bit dry. He has a lot of the combo pieces, even double of some of the combo pieces. He has double charge and double Worgen. So he needs to get something here to help him out. Looks like he wants to play maybe one Worgen, realizing that he's kind of SOL. He could play a Worgen, enrage it, activate it, and then play a Rampage on it, and it will live. And that will allow him to do a lot of damage to face. Oh, okay, so what I mean is, he plays a Worgen, he plays a charge, that's 6 mana, then he plays
I have no time for games.
Enrage plus a Rampage. That will allow it to do one attack, kill the Loatheb, and then the Cruel Task will kill the second half of the Loatheb, and then the Worgen will able to do enough damage on the next attack to go to face. But the armor is just getting too high for Tansoku, and King Shuichi is just running out of stuff. He has another weapon, but that's gonna just hurt his face damage. And whenever Grom comes in hand, Grom is lethal whenever it does hit the field, or hit the hand for Tansoku. I assume that he's running it. Oh, there we go. We got lethal. Okay, so Grom is 12, Sylvanas, that's 17. Yeah, okay, here we go. He has 1 extra lethal. Tansoku's gonna win with this 24 life. We do not count armor, considering that is not fair. So we're just gonna count 24 life. King Shuichi is knocked out. Tansoku goes up to a 4-win streak. This is Tansoku's 5th opponent. He is currently on a 4-win streak. Star Drifter is currently a completely new. Oh man, and this is gonna happen again. I need to start making sure this doesn't happen. All right, so Star Drifter, we can't see his hand, so we need to let him know. Hold on, everybody. We'll fix this right up. Alright. As far as the matchup goes, looks like Tansoku is able to get an Innervate out, and Star Drifter is probably running a pretty standard Shaman. We maybe see a Mech Shaman, but those aren't really run very well these days. I don't think those are very good. We will wait for him to answer back, maybe with a confirm yes or no, and then otherwise in 10 seconds we'll just reload this. We have to reload the thingamagibs to maybe get Tansoku's settings to refresh. Alright, we're gonna reload this. Star Drifter, we need to see your hand, bro. Can we see it? Yeah, we can. So we're gonna start Tansoku and get Star Drifter in there. Now it looks like Star Drifter is ranked 20, so maybe he is just starting to play for the season, or maybe he's just a completely new opponent. But it looks like we do have a Mech Shaman. Like I mentioned, that is not very strong, but it looks like that's exactly what we're gonna see. Innervate is going to come down onto the Cogmaster, just to deny any shenanigans from happening. And as far as next turn, looks like we're probably going to see Wrath or Hero Power. And then we have a nice Shade turn as well. Now, the Mind Control tech is probably going to get some value, considering this is a Shaman matchup. And Shamans always swarm the board. Well, not always, but generally, especially a Mech Shaman. We'll probably see a lot of swarming. It looks like a Hero Power is going to come down. Oh, maybe a Wild Growth. Ooh, okay. So now Tansoku has a choice. He doesn't have a lot of big minions, but he obviously could top deck some and definitely have the Wild Growth come in handy then. But for right now, he is just he has a lot of good plays and he just doesn't know what to do. You could go Wrath for 1, or you could go Hero Power for 1 and kill this Neutron, but he just doesn't know what to do just yet. As far as Star Drifter's hand, he is kind of boned. He does not have strong play. We might just see Hero Power next turn. Or if this Neutron lives and Tansoku Wild grows. Okay, so we're gonna go with the Hero Power. Probably safest. You never know what can come out of Mech Shaman. You could see like a Power Mace and the thing just gets buffed. You don't want to see that. Now we're just gonna see a Hero Power from Star Drifter. He gets a taunt. It's almost irrelevant, considering anything that would have come out of the Hero Power would just die to the dude anyway. Ooh, the Whirling Zap-O-Matic finally comes in hand. Now, we probably won't see that get played too much, considering the Wrath will kill it whenever it does come down, probably. But we can always hope. The taunt is nice. Now, if this does land, he has 2, I repeat, he has 2 Flame Tongue Totems, do buff it up to 7 damage, which could potentially do 14 to face. But I almost guarantee that we're not gonna, Tansoku's not gonna let that thing live. That thing is just too cray-cray when left alone. Yep, here comes down the Wrath for 2, or 3 actually. And hopefully the Shade will keep stealth. He doesn't really need to relieve it just yet. Star Drifter is running Alec here, so he has some nice late game in there. Looks like next turn will be... Oh, he's just going to throw the Flame Totem down as kind of bait. I don't see the reason in that. That seems kind of pointless, but maybe that's just to get the... Maybe that's just to get the Shade out of stealth. That's the point of that. Now his follow-up, as far as plans to actually deal with the Shade once it's out of stealth, is kind of 0. Especially after the taunt. Ooh, Spider Tank, okay. So Star Drifter able to finally kill out that Keeper of the Grove, even though it was only turn 1 with a coin and 8 innervate. But it's finally dead. Now the Shade could just trade into the Flame Fire Elemental. Other plays he could do is he could set up a huge wall with the Ancient of War, or just go with the Hero Power and more conservative with the Druid of the Claw. Looks like he does not want to play this conservative whatsoever. He kind of realizes that he's up against a Mech Shaman that doesn't have a lot of control. Maybe he doesn't even have a Hex in this deck. We don't know, but looks like Tansoku is going to kind of test it out the waters. We don't see a Hex currently in the hand, so we don't know if he has a deck at all. That's nice. The Shade was able to kill a Flame Tongue Totem and a Fire Elemental, so great value from that thing. We let it hope it rests in peace. Ooh, wow. Fire Elemental straight to the face. No fucks are given. And Tansoku. Will he do a cat form with a Wrath? I think that'd be pretty fun. Maybe we'll see that.
Shall I strike?
No, he's just going to go with the bear and kill that with his Ancient of War. And that means that next turn Cenarius will come down, and Cenarius will come down with the 2... Ooh, unless a Crackle comes out to kill stuff. Yeah, I was going to say, please do not Crackle face. Oh, and he gets unlucky! Wow, alright. That's really sad. Now we're going to see Cenarius come down, and everything on the board is going to die. Or at least for Swift. Star Drifter. Go Cenarius, please, please, please. Maybe he doesn't want to do it. I don't know. Oh, please do it. Yes, there we go. +2 to everything, right? Yes. Is he gonna ignore? Wow. Nice. Star Drifter is just like, wow, man. Alright, so Star Drifter might just concede here. Power Mace might just kill himself. Yep, alright, so Tansoku's gonna take the first game. He has 27 life. will allow these guys to grab their next item. This is the best of 3. It is Star Drifter against Tansoku. Game 2 in this best of 3. Tansoku's up by 1 match, and he is currently the tree topper with 4 win streaks. He's trying to grab his 5th. And it looks like we have an interesting shaman with the leopard gnome in there. I don't know what that's doing. This might be the exact same mech thing. We just didn't see the leopard gnome last turn. But Tansoku's going with a oil rogue, which could potentially be very good, considering the blade flurries will get huge value against a shaman like this. But Star Drifter has a nice strong start. Will we see a backstab on this guy? Might be safe. Especially if a Flame Tongue Totem comes down next turn, the backstab would definitely be one of Tansoku's most what's the word? Most thoughtful plays, or most, yeah. Definitely thinking about this and definitely, oh, okay, considering the possibilities, but no, Flame Tongue Totem could potentially go down here, and that's going to be 4 to face, with potentially the Death Rattle, and there we go. Star Drifter looks like he's running similar decks. Maybe this is less mechy and more cancerous. It looks like backstab, maybe with the hero power attack, will kill out that Flame Tongue. But yet, the leopard gnome will still stay alive. So Tansoku has a really interesting turn. As far as options, he could go with the... Looks like he's gonna go with the backstab and the hero power. So that's what he originally thought. He just wanted to make sure he was positive on that. So Leopard Gnome's gonna do another 2 damage here. And the second Leopard Gnome comes in the face. So if he gets... Will he just throw down the second with another Flame Tongue Totem? That's gonna be quite scary. Yeah, wow, alright. So it looks like Tansoku has to do an Abyss on this Flame Tongue Totem, and then maybe weapon it. He's gonna do a Blade Flurry, alright. And that will leave the totem quite worthless unless there's a minion next turn to buff it.
I wonder.
Like we said at the start of this game, these Blade Flurries are pretty crucial. They almost always get value against strong opponents. Ooh, and an Acid! Acidic Swamp Ooze. That's gonna be great against a rogue like this. Ooh, okay, so he needs the card draw. Lightning Storm. Maybe solid if a big Violet Teacher comes out, but kind of useless so far. Swifter is definitely setting the pace, so the Tansoku is not able to answer too much. He could develop a Azure Drake or just coin out the SI7 agent to kill. Looks like we're gonna see this SI7 agent. That's gonna be nice. Development for Tansoku and elimination of development for Star Drifter. Now Azure Drake is probably gonna be his play next turn. He might try to Rock Biter this guy down, but that would just leave him with options of a totem. I highly doubt he's gonna throw down a naked Swamp Ooze. That's probably not the best play. Okay, so now that we have a Deadly Poison, we could see a weapon up Deadly Poison, and that would allow Star Drifter to finally get some value out of his ooze. So just goes for face. He develops the Azure Drake and he realizes that he just needs to slow down this rogue. He's getting slow down this Shaman. He's getting kind of low on life. The Shaman's able to develop a huge board here. And it looks like he's going to just sacrifice his Drake, considering the Drake is kind of more threatening than the rogue. The rogue will have more spells to go with that. And he gets the Tinkerers. So the Tinkerers could have worked well with the Drake, but good on Star Drifter to actually eliminate that. Now, Tansoku, what does he want to develop? It looks like he's going to go with he's just just going with the Deadly Poison, and that's going to allow the Acidic Swampoos to pretty much do full work here. He's probably not going to attack, nope, and here comes the Acidic Swampoos. Bravo to him to have that in the deck. This might be the first guy to actually win against Tansoku tonight. Nice. And is he going to go with the face? Looks like Rockbiter is probably going to use it on his own face. Kill the dude. Kill the Farseer. And hopefully Fire Elemental will go to face. Wow. Okay. That is kind of questionable. I would have at least saved one of those to clear out the Farseer, considering now your board is really vulnerable and he doesn't have any other face damage that he can do. Backstab's going to clear out the Fire Element. Yeah, and Tansoku realizes this. He's playing against a Shaman. Shaman does not have a lot of face damage like this. Ooh, okay, so he does have a little bit. So we might see...
I've got the beast in my sight.
Now, we haven't seen this card in a long time. We have to remember what the name is. It's Argent Commander. Okay, Argent Commander would that be lethal next turn? This does 4, so he's going to be 1, 2 off. And then here comes a Blade Flurry from Tansoku to clear out the board. Maybe with a Violet Teacher. Or he could just go... Wow, okay, looks like he just almost wants to go for lethal, but he doesn't have quite enough mana to do everything. He has 6, he needs 7. So Violet Teacher, I like the Violet Teacher personally. And then do a Blade Flurry.
Pay attention, class.
Actually, you can, never mind. Oh, looks like he's gonna do a Blade Flurry anyway. Oh, interesting.
I am ready to learn.
Okay, interesting way to do it. Nice, and that works out. Now Lightning Storm's probably gonna come down here, maybe with an Azure Drake. That cannot kill the Violet Teacher. The Violet Teacher will stay alive with 1 health, if it rolls high even. Ooh, a Hex. He might just Hex here. That'd be another really solid play. Okay, so he goes with the Lightning Storm. He rolls low, but it doesn't quite matter considering the Violet Teacher would have survived anyway, no matter what. Now Tansoku has to realize he is a little bit low. He has to probably trade here. He doesn't have lethal. He's used both Blade Flurries.
I am ready to learn.
Now this oil needs to land on the Violet Teacher to kill Azure Drake, or else he has to use his face. And it does not. Okay, so what does he do about that? Looks like he's going to use his face, and that leaves up Argent Commander to actually do the finishing blow. Wow, okay, so Tansoku's going to lose this right here, right now. No, well, not right now, but eventually. Yeah, there's no way that Tansoku can do this. He needed the oil to land on the Violet Teacher to actually kill the Drake. Bravo to Star Drifter. He wins. Throw down the Argent Commander. Throw everything to face. Nice, bravo. He's going to win with 11 life. And that leaves this series tied 1-1. Last game, deciding game. These guys are tied at 1-1. And Tansoku is our current tree topper with 4 wins, going for his 5th right here. Star Drifter is our challenger. Looks like he's going with a... Ooh, this will be fun. This is a fatigue. No, this is a... What's the best way to call it? Yeah, I think this is a fatigue rogue. I think that's the best way to describe this. We see the Shadow Step for the... Ooh, okay. And he has an Arcane Golem in there as well. So we might see a Cold Blood. We might see something like that. But right now, we're probably going to see stuff like Vanish. The Brewmaster dude. Oh, he gets both Arcane Golems. That's pretty bad. hopefully he can have fun with this. Maybe this deck is slightly favored against a Druid, considering a Druid relies on the board to win, and Star Drifter is just gonna get rid of the board with saps and banishes. So this is gonna be fun. We'll have to see how this works out. Good thing that Tansoku did not start with any Innervate or Wild Growth, so Star Drifter has a pretty solid chance here. Looks like we're going to see a weapon with a Southseed deckhand. Now what does the Southseed deckhand actually do? Looks like he wants to go to face, and that's what he does. Nice. And both things go to face. That means that this might not be as much fatigue rogue as we thought, and more of a funky aggressive rogue, and the Cold Light Oracles is in there not necessarily to fatigue, but just to keep up the pressure. So I would describe this rogue more as a turn 6 or backspace rogue, as was fairly common before GVG came out, and even before Naxxramas came out, to be honest. It was considered an anti-Miracle Rogue, but not necessarily. Miracle Rogue didn't really have any answers. Miracle Rogue was just insane. So yeah, I would call this this is almost definitely an aggressive face rogue. So we're probably going to see Leroy Jenkins in this. Oh, Demolisher, wow. Alright then. So does he just sap the Lotheb and just go for face? Maybe set up a weapon? Might be one of the solid plays, but it looks like Arcane Golem is the weapon of choice. And Tansoku's gonna think to clear that mana. Onyxia. Wow. That could be huge against a Druid. The Druid has to have a swipe to respond to that. And if he does not get a swipe, the Onyxia is gonna do some amazing work here. Star Drifter is throwing some great decks at us. And hopefully we can pull out a win with this Onyxia. Onyxia hopefully can break through the meta into competitive play here shortly. Now, if anyone is not familiar, considering it's a deck or a card that's never played, and it's a rather legendary card, it summons 1/1 Whelps. So if it's played on a naked board, that means you're going to get Onyxia as an 8/8 and 6 1/1 Whelps with her. Sap is going to come down on Ancient of War. And will we see Demolisher? Okay. Rather fun. And Tansoku has an answer for it in the Wrath. Looks like he's going to do that. Maybe an Innervate Wrath is the option. Ancient of War. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I think he needs to kill his Demolisher. Those things can be quite interesting. So it looks like a Wrath for 3, and finishing it off with his Sludge. Second half of the Sludge. And Star Drifter, not running another sap or not able to get another sap. He could use the Cold Light Oracle to hopefully get it, but that would almost help his opponent out just as much as him. So Star Drifter, this face rogue, is not looking too good just yet. The Arcane Golem is going to go down, and that's going to give Tansoku 10 mana next turn. Looks like this. Wow, alright. So 3 cards going into that guy, and giving Tansoku the extra 1 mana. Now it looks like we're going to see a Druid of the Claw, probably a Zombie Chow, and maybe a BGH. Okay, so it just goes with the Zombie Chow. It looks like he wants to leave the BGH, and that's smart. He could see more Cold Bloods, and we definitely know that Onyxia is a threat soon, but not quite yet. 2 more turns for it, so the BGH hopefully won't get played, and hopefully can take care of the Onyxia. Cold Light Oracle comes down. Ooh, and he gets the swipe. This is gonna be just a huge counter, and he has 2 BGHs. So Tansoku is probably just gonna throw down a negative one next turn, or he could just do Cenarius and buff up all his dudes.
This guy's
SI7 agent goes to face, which is rather sketchy. I don't know why he would want to do that, but I guess it works. It's his thing. Don't question it. Alright, and here goes Tansoku with the Scenarios +2 to everything. And that's going to allow the Zombie Child to trade well with the... Yeah, he's going to do a lot of trading here. Zombie Child as a 7 agent. And then the second slime is going to go into the Cold Light Oracle. Wow, not quite the turn for Onyxia just yet. And is this lethal on the board? We have... Okay, we have 5, 8, 12, and then that's gonna be 18 plus this, which is lethal. Okay, so this dies, so he should still have lethal, right? Yeah. Okay, let's watch him get lethal. Bye bye, Drifter Sergeant. Thank you for playing, dude. We had a great time, and Tansoku's gonna grab his 5th win. Game number 1 of this best of 3. This is Tansoku's potentially 6th opponent, and it looks like we have the Face Hunter against Hiramax's. Wait for it. Okay. Hiramax has fought with us before, so I assume we can see his deck, but hold on. Both these players are Japanese, so this is gonna be fun. We have some insane Japanese players that have played with us before and have already qualified for the last stage of the group, or the last stage of the tournament, which is the group stage. And looks like Tansoku has a really strong start with that weapon and the zombie, or the Haunted Creeper. So we're gonna reload this real fast. Shouldn't take more than 2 seconds. We need Tansoku as our main guy. And Hiramax is our second guy, and there we go. We got it. So don't let this rank fool you. Hiramax is a very good player. He just needs... Okay. So we had this error before. I think this is... Yeah, Hiramax... I think it was on Hiramax actually as well. He's running like sometime the software, or something's wrong with him, where we can't spectate both sides, we have to just spectate this side. So... Hiramax is starting with an Oil Rogue probably, but we can't see his card, so we're just gonna have to watch the Space Hunter deal with this Oil Rogue, which should probably be pretty fun. Looks like he's gonna go with the weapon. He has 2 in his hand, so plenty of swings to get done, especially when he gets the trap out, considering he has it in his hand already. So probably smart starting to develop that now. I personally love playing Face Hunter. I am that type of person, so we'll see if Tansoku kind of plays it in a similar style that I would. Next turn, I would do the trap and the hero power, and let's see if he kind of does it the same way. Hiramax, maybe he's able to develop a Farseer here. We can't see his hand, but we'll have to check.
This guy's
He's
toast.
going to develop a naked SS7 agent. Okay. Looks like we're going to go with the trap and the hero power like I mentioned before. Now, does he attack with his weapon, or just kind of hold on to it for the extra charge? Job done. He's going to hold on. No, he's going to attack. Okay. And that means that Hiramax is basically down to 14 life considering the explosive trap. And Tansoku has plenty of damage left in his hand. So plenty of work still to be done. Unleash the Hounds, maybe get some value with if Hiramax goes for an insane Violet Teacher combo, but we'll have to see. So explosive trap just goes down, no weapon charges, but Tansoku doesn't have to worry about that too much considering he has 2 weapons. Blade Flurry does come down to kill those on creepers. And that leaves Tansoku with no board, but he's able to develop probably a Wolf Rider plus a hero power next turn. That's what I think he's going to do. That's what personally I would do as a Face Hunter player myself. Downos, okay, yep, Downos is a great play. He's going to be able to challenge the Wolf Rider. Leroy Jenkins, cool. Looks like it's going to be a weapon and a hero power, which is solid. Downos does kind of change the play. You don't want it to die straight away. Will he just kill the Thanos? No, he does not. Nice. Okay, so Face Hunter sticking to its true passion of going face. Opponent down to 9. And Tansoku, will he have lethal next turn? Wolf Rider is gonna be, so he's gonna, no, okay. So the Fire Seer blocks out any potential lethal. And the Mad Scientist looks like a great draw. Looks like Leroy? Leroy's a nice solid thing. And that would potentially give Tansoku a huge turn with Unleash the Hounds.
I wonder.
You might be wanting to do Unleash the Hounds right now and do a Wolf Rider, and that would get his opponent quite low as well. But trying to space out his damage as much as possible to make sure he can get lethal in the next few. And this Farseer is probably one of the only healing that Tansoku has. I mean, Hiramax has. So he starts with the Wolf Rider. As far as the other 3 mana, maybe just a hero power. Nice. So Hiramax
Well played.
is down, and he might just
Well played.
give up here. He might throw in his Thanos to get the extra card draw if he needs to. But Leroy Jenkins next turn plus a hero power is going to be lethal no matter what. Unless he can heal with like an anti-heal bot, but usually just a Farseer is the best option, or is the only option. And yeah, that's what we're going to see. So Tansoku has lethal 2 ways. He could do Unleash the Hounds, he could do Animal Companion, he can do Leroy, but Leroy is the biggest threat, so he's going to have fun with that. Tansoku takes over 23 life, game 2 against Hiramax versus Tansoku. We have some problems watching Hiramax's hand. We've had this in previous nights. Let's try again. Ooh, can we get it? Looks like we'll be able to get it. So, oh no, never mind. Never mind, we got blocked out again. Wow, okay. So it looks like Tansoku is going with a warrior this time, and Hiramax is probably going to go with a mech mage. I vote mech mage. We'll see what he got. There's plenty of mage variants out there. So he could do like freeze, fatigue. There's lots of things that he can go with. He passes the first turn, so that signifies his not a strong mech start.
I'll show them.
And we get Mad Scientist, so we have some secrets. That could pretty much be any deck whatsoever. Mad Scientist is a great card, is played in pretty much every mage deck. It's played in pretty much every mage and Hammer deck, to be honest. This turn 3? Okay, so wow. That signifies that he's probably running more than just Mirror Entity. So, I don't really know. Maybe he just wants it out there as an extra minion. But this could be Freeze Mage. Hopefully we see something fun here. If it is Freeze Mage, it's gonna just straight up die to this Warrior. Warrior is like the ultimate counter. Crossbow. That still does not signify Crossbow. It's running in a lot of different decks. Okay, wow. Just kill it off and ping. So, I want to start leaning towards Fatigue Mage. That would probably be really strong against the Warrior. So the first secret, we can't see the secret, so we have no idea what this is. We're going to try one more time with Spectator mode, but it probably won't work. Yep, it doesn't work. Okay. So, second secret is up, and that was played straight from the hand. So that means that this Hiramax could potentially be playing 3 different types of secrets, considering Mad Scientist is still on the field, and let's see exactly how Tansoku deals with this. I would assume that one of them is Mirror Entity, considering how this mage has played so far, and one of them might be like Counterspell.
What now?
Maybe the duplicate? Okay, so one goes off, it's duplicate. Okay, so that's leaning more towards Fatigue Mage. Oh, and a Mana Wraith. Wow. Looks like
I've got the beast in my sights.
that's gonna try to test for Mirror Entity, but so Tansoku knows that it's not Mirror Entity now, and he can do a Sledge Belcher next turn.
I'll show them. I'll show them.
Are both Mad Scientist? Okay.
I'll show them all.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be hilarious. I think they should keep the Mana Wraith alive, considering he just played out his turn with the Mana Wraith, and then we just cleared his opponent. And we have another secret. Wow. Okay. So Tansoku looking to throw in his big game hunter to see if there's a third secret. A duplicate gets procced. Okay, and there is not a third secret. So it looks like Hiramax is running out of secrets after so many have gone through.
I'll show them all. I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Okay, and he just keeps on playing Mad Scientist. So the one minion he has played this game has been Mad Scientist. He has played 6 of them this game. So we know it's Mirror Entity, so we can assume that this last secret up is like a counter spell. That's what I would assume. That's probably what Tansoku is also thinking. Now, Hiramax has... We know, yeah, he is bone dry on secrets. We know that. We've seen that several times now. But that is the last Mad Scientist, hopefully, to be played in this game. And a polymorph. Wow, so that signifies like a mid-range mage? So far as spells we've seen polymorph and a frostbolt. And Tansoku's going... Looks like a Lotheb to block out any potential spells.
Let the pain speak to me.
And yeah, I think that we're all pretty convinced that this secret is going to be a counterspell. Looks like he's setting up for a Flame Strike turn. Now, will Tansoku just do Alexstrasza? That'd be really fun. I think he should do that. That would get his opponent down to like 8 life. Which is Alexstrasza right here, right now. I think he should go for it. Go for it, bro. It's okay. You can do it. Yes. He's going for it. 8 life. Here we go. Now Hiramax has to respond maybe with a Flame Strike, but that's still lethal. This could be an Ice Block, but I highly doubt it. I think it's a counter spell. We haven't seen Tansoku do any spells yet. His hand is full of spells. The Whirlwind is probably the best spell to get counterspelled, considering you don't really need too much value out of the Whirlwind in this matchup. Maybe except to get like Acolyte draws, which in that case is just kind of cycling itself. So, not a big deal. Flame Strike's coming down, but he is still dead if it's not a Ice Block. But I guess we're assuming that it's an Ice Block. I guess you could go with a Frostbolt. Ooh, okay.
Runs out on you.
Now that we know it's an Ice Block, considering Ice Blocks are run in Molten Giant decks because the Molten Giants can always come out for free. Now, Tansoku, he can proc the block here, maybe go with an Execute with the Whirlwind, but the Whirlwind will get counterspelled. So maybe he should just... Maybe he should proc? Okay, he's gonna proc the Ice Block. Oh, it was not Ice Block. Alright, so Tansoku wins with 26 life. Bravo him, that's his 5th win, or is that his 6th win? Yeah, that's his 6th win.